Sparkly You. The video that you're about to see is taken from my live Friday night show, so you'll see me chatting along to our wonderful Sparklies. This week I'm going to tell you all about our seaside adventures in Bridlington, and I'm going to preview some of our wonderful summer seaside jewellery. Let's listen in Chesterfield, and it's Friday night. Hi everybody, lovely to have your company on this beautiful Friday evening in July, and what a gorgeous day it's been. It's not really been able to make up its mind whether it wants to stay in summer or give us a little late summer preview, so we've had a little few showers here in Chesterfield today. I'm just going to tag everyone so that you can remember that we're live. A lot of people said that they found that helpful last time, so let's do that again. There we go. Laura says, yay. Hi Laura, happy Friday. Lovely to have your company tonight. I hope your week's been fabulous. Our week's been lovely. Laura says, yeah, weather is terrible here, is it? See, it's warmed up again now, but it's kind of it's threatening rain. It's gone a little bit darker, which is quite strange because I've been used to having it so, you know, nice and cheerful, but it's holding off, so that's all right. Must remember to say hello to Leslie as well, who I know watches but doesn't comment. Our lovely Leslie NC, happy Friday. It's lovely to have your company. The boys say hello and wag their tails. Sarah says happy sunny Friday from Sarah and Steph. Happy Friday, both lovely to have your company, and happy Friday to Georgina as well. Lovely to have your company tonight. Been very inspired this week. We snuck away to the seaside on Monday, so we were here at Adorn on Monday, and then Monday evening we went to Bridlington for a couple of days. So we went Tuesday and Wednesday, came back Wednesday night, so it was lovely. Had a couple of days by the sea. Happy Friday to Jeanette. Oh, it was lovely to see you too. And hi to Linda. Happy sparkly Friday. Lovely to have your company. Laura says, hope you had the best week too. That's very lovely. Thank you. We did. Thank you. Happy Friday to Tara as well. Happy Friday to Dawn. Laura says it's torrential rain with you. Oh my goodness. Keep it. Don't send it down here. Well, you can, but after sort of 10 o'clock, please, when I'm back home, so I don't have to I don't have to walk in the rain. Happy Friday to Angela. Angela says, woohoo, it's the weekend. Happy weekend eve to you. Happy Friday to Kathleen as well. Lovely to have your company tonight. So inspired by our seaside trip, I've got some gorgeous seaside jewellery to show you tonight, some of which you may have seen before, some of which is brand new and just arrived today. Happy Friday to Catherine. Lovely to have your company tonight, and I hope you're having a fabulous time as well. Let me show you this first piece, and this is our wonderful starfish necklace. I love the texture on this one, absolutely gorgeous. And this one is £70. We've got the super popular dotty chain on that one as well. She will take a bigger chain, this one, and the starfish. Laura says, also, first day of the summer holes here. Oh no, first day of the summer holes and it's raining. Oh dear me. Oh, I hope it cheers up a little bit for you then. Isn't it always the way we used to, we do see that. It always seems to be that the last week before the holidays, it seems to be absolutely glorious. So all the kids are really excited and looking forward to it. And then it just seems to chuck it down, doesn't it, for the first week? And I always feel really sorry for them. Hi to Carol. Happy Friday. Lovely to have your company tonight. So that's our starfish pendant, and she does come presented on our wonderful chain. She has got that nice generous bail, so I think that she fits on the torque. I should know because I've actually got this one in my collection, which will surprise no one. Whoops. Oops, I'm throwing chains about. But let's see. Let's just double check, but I'm almost certain that she fits on there. Yes, she does. Gorgeous. There we go. So you could, in a minute, let's just make sure she's straight. You could wear her on your Adorn talk should you so want to. She fits there. Laura says, yeah, I agree. Isn't it? It's always the way, isn't it? Every year. I do feel for them, honestly. Ricky says, that's lovely. Thank you, Ricky. Wendy says, hi there, I'm late. No, Wendy, you are just on time. We've literally just started because I'm late as well tonight. We had... I honestly actually couldn't tell you why. I couldn't tell you why I'm late tonight because we've done less than we normally do, but today's just run away with us, as is often the case. Linda says, wish it would rain here, fed up watering my pots. Yeah, our garden, we had to go out and give it a water last night, and just some of the flowers some of them were loving it, and some of them were just going, ugh, it's just too hot. And I kind of knew how they feel. Hi to Helen, happy Friday, lovely to have your company tonight. Angela says, you should get that for yourself for being the star you were earlier for me. Thank you. Oh, you're so lovely. It's easy to be nice to nice people, which you are. You're very, very lovely. Jeanette says, it's nice not having play interrupted at Wimbledon, seeing the sunshine. Yeah, it is good that for the tennis, isn't it? Long may that continue. Wendy says, I love my starfish, been wearing it a lot. You've been looking fab in sparkle pics. It's been lovely to see you, and you wear it so well. I've got the starfish hoops, which I'm going to show you, which are also in my collection. These come away with me on holiday. I love them. They're a 3/4 hoop, and they've got a nice textured starfish on them as well, and they've got a nice textured hoop to them. Do you see? Let's just bring that up a little bit there. I'm just centering myself a little. That's it. There we go. Gorgeous. That nice twinkly little drop on those, so they sit beautifully just on your ear. Let's take this earring out so we can see how they sit. So yeah, we had a lovely couple of days in Bridlington. I actually went to see, I don't know if you saw on the, I don't think it was on the news, so it must have been on one of the Facebook Yorkshire pages that I follow. But I went to see there was a Spanish galleon that was in Scarborough. And so we decided to have a couple of days by the sea and go and see this galleon. And, you know, you could go on, and we'd had a look, and it looked absolutely amazing. So we decided to go to Bridlington. Laura says, it's been raining for like 2 weeks here. Oh no, but it was muggy. It's cold today though. Yeah, I found that, I think it was this morning when I went out. Just not, it wasn't cold, but we just had that little bit of a chilly wind. So it was kind of, yeah, it chucked it down when we were in Scarborough. So we went to Bridlington Monday evening, and we had a gorgeous walk around the harbour. We stayed right on the harbour. I haven't done a tour. I've filmed it all, and I'll put it on when, when later in the week. £45, those ones. Wendy says, I don't know where the time goes. No, me either. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? So yeah, we went for a walk around the harbour on Monday evening, and that was lovely. So we got there reasonably well time. I think we got there about 9 o'clock, which, considering that we were here and, you know, we had the dogs and we had to take them out and everything, was all right. And it was nice and warm when we went for that walk. And then, what day was it? Yeah, then Tuesday, it was a little bit warmer actually on Tuesday. Tuesday was the warm day. And I've been worried about the cairns, because obviously if we're going to take them on the beach, I was thinking, well, we'll have to get up early and we'll take them out, and then we'll come back and siesta in the afternoon and then go out later as well. But actually it wasn't that warm. It only reached 18 by the coast, so it was okay. Ricky says, I've had some lovely feedback at work today, which is brilliant. Oh, I'm so pleased, Ricky. Isn't it lovely when people notice? That's really nice. Laura says, they're so cute. Thanks, Laura. Wendy says, that's very kind. Definitely sharing tonight's show with the tennis on TV, says Linda. I'll let you off. That's all right. I don't mind competing. As long as I can compete with the tennis with the show, and not have to actually compete at tennis, because that would not be an interesting competition. It would last about 2 seconds. Laura says, I've left the house a wee bit more. Oh, that's good. 3 people love my moon pendant. Oh, that's lovely. So I recommended you a few times for your one-off pieces. Oh, you're amazing. Thank you. Angela says, not one single person commented on my Nautilus pendant today while I was out. She says, Mizogs, says Angela. You can't miss it, can you? You cannot miss it. And I will say, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And you've posted in Sparkle Pics, so go and tell Angela how wonderful she looks after the show, because she does look absolutely wonderful. Linda says, oh, octopus. No, not looking at the octopus. The octopus ring is by special request. Tonight, £70 this one in a size X for X-ray. Laura says that's a Davy Jones tentacles, isn't it? It really is. So he's a fabulous ring. Mr. Sparkle's choice, this one. And we had, I'm just checking before I tell you that he's the only one left in case I've moved one or more of them. But I haven't. I think this is the only one now, size X. X for X-ray. So yeah, so I thought, oh, we'll go out on Tuesday, and we'll go into Bridlington and have a nice kind of walk round and that kind of thing, and a nice play on the beach. And Heathcliff, sometimes if he needs to go out, then he'll come. He's very polite, and he comes and wakes me up, and he just does this tiniest little whimper, and wakes me up, and then we go out. So he came on Tuesday morning, so we got down there Monday night, and you know, went for a walk. So we probably went to sleep about 1 in the morning. So a nice cosy place to sleep, so nice and settled. And Heathy woke me up, and he's got this little whimper. So he woke up, and it was light, and I thought, oh, it feels quite early. So I said, are you all right? Should we, you know, do you want to go outside? So we went down, and it had a little yard, so we could let them out, which is I always check for when we're going away, because I obviously just, you know, my pyjamas, and I can just pop slippers on, we can go out in the yard, and that's fine. So he went out in the yard, and he still came in and gave a little whimper, and I thought, well, perhaps he really needs, you know, without getting into it too much, perhaps he really needs to go to the loo. So I said, okay, come on then, we'll get your lead, and we'll go for a walk. And we walked, and we were a minute away from the harbour, so we walked down to the gardens by the harbour, and we walked across the front and had a look. And I thought, it's quiet, even for a Saturday morning. I thought it's probably about maybe 6:30, and I thought, well, you know, obviously we'd been in the garden, so maybe about 6:45, and I hadn't put my watch on because I'd just got up and literally quickly got dressed and put shoes on, and yeah, we went for a walk. So we walked right the way down, and they were having a great time, and we walked up, and Heathcliff's got a new sort of nervous thing about seagulls, which was a whole new thing. £40 these ones, the drops. Yeah, so we had a nice walk, and we came back, and I put the kettle on, and I made us a cup of tea, and it turned out that Heathcliff had woken me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So when we got back, it was about 4:45, and I was like, what on earth is going on? It's crazy. And I thought it was quiet, but you know when something just kind of, you know, yeah. So, oh, and also it should have clued me in, because there was still a bit of a mackerel sky where the sun had risen. I know, I'm not that bright. To be fair to me, I'd only gone to sleep at sort of 1 o'clock, and he'd woken me up at 4. So yeah, we sat and watched the fishing boats go out, and it was lovely. Yeah, 4 a.m. says Laura. Yeah, it was, and I didn't twig. That was the thing. You know, there was nobody. Honestly, it was silent. I just thought, well, perhaps, you know, because I did think it was maybe about 6 o'clock, but no. So we had a great time. They had a great time, little devils. So these are the studs. I've chosen some quite big cockle studs, £40 those ones. I love them, all in silver. So they're a nice statement stud. You know how we've said before that sometimes we'd like a stud rather than a drop? So that's that one. Linda says, that beats Archie. Yes, they were very, very... Angela says, had lots of on sparkle pics. Thank you, Sparklies. Oh, that's good. Sparklies have always got your back, you see. £40 then, those ones. Laura loves the shell earrings. Thank you, Laura. And we've got some teeny tiny ones as well. So yeah, that was our sort of Tuesday morning wake up. And then, so we went to the beach on Tuesday, and we took the land train. If you've never been to Bridlington, then there's a land train that runs right the way up the prom, and we went on the beach, and then we took the land train up to Sewerby because it was warm but not too warm for the Cairn, so that was all right. £20 those ones, and we Went to Sewerby Hall, which is a nice old hall. Had a look around the gardens there and had some food there as well, so that was nice. And then we caught the land train back down and did a little bit of shopping. Went on the beach and went for a walk down the prom, and it was lovely. It was a really, really nice day, so I was really pleased. Let me just show you this tiny little cockle. She's so sweet. Really pleased actually that it wasn't as warm as it could have been, because it meant we could actually have a day out and I didn't have to worry too much. I could just take them some water and make sure they're in the shade, but I didn't have to worry about them getting too hot. This is the tiny new cockle pendant. She's £35 and she's a really nice mini pendant. She's tapping into that really easy to wear mini pendant. So that's what we did on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we decided to go to Scarborough to see the scallion that we were looking at. And honestly, when I say rain, it's like Laura said, you had torrential rain. It was torrential rain, but it was warm, so we just thought, you know what, that's fine. And we park up, if you've been to Scarborough before, we park up by the church in Scarborough, where Anne Bronte is buried. So we go and say hello to Anne. We have a cup of tea in the church. Laura says, so cute. Thank you, Laura. Gorgeous size, this one, isn't she? So we have tea in the church, cup of tea and cake in the church, which is done by their church group, which is always really nice. And all of the proceeds go to the church there as well, which is lovely. It's a gorgeous church. And then we walk down from there into Scarborough. So it's great going down, absolutely fine. Coming back is a little bit tougher. So we walked down, went for a look around some of the shops, and then I've put that on the wrong way for me. And then we walked down onto the harbour, and I said, oh, and I got really excited. I saw the ship. I've been looking forward to seeing it, and it was there. So we made our way, and it just absolutely, the heavens opened, and it tipped it down. So we ran under the little tent thing where they were taking the money for the ship, and we said, oh yeah, we've come to see, and it's 2 people, 2 dogs, and I didn't know whether we'd be able to take dogs on or not, but that's the slightly bigger one. So that one's at £45, so a nice scallop, that one. And these sit just beautifully. You could layer them if you wanted to. Please excuse the fact that that's not on a chain. I've just thrown the chains on the floor. I'm just going to get them, and then I can show you how they'd look layered. Honestly, Present to Me would have an absolute fit at jewellery shop. Only me throwing chains around and all that kind of thing. So we got to the galleon and got onto the tent thing while it absolutely chucked it down, and she said, yeah, okay, that's fine. And she said, but we're closed till 6. I said, excuse me, but it's there, and the gangway is there. How can you be? And she said, oh yeah, no, we're closed until 6. And I thought, oh my goodness. So we'd gone all the way to Scarborough. It was only there for 4 days, the ship. I think she leaves today. Yeah, and it was closed. And I just thought, and it's one of those things that I never thought to check. Normally, you know, if we were going somewhere, I'd check. But I thought, well, you know, a ship isn't going to be closed. But she was. So we did not get to go onto the galleon, but I did get to have a look at her. And Mr. Sparkles was patient and took some photos and some videos of me and the cairns in the pouring rain by the by the galleon. So yeah, it was good. It was nice. It was a nice walk out. So instead we had kind of a walk around Scarborough, and we went to see, there's a little shop, and they've done sort of a maritime museum. It's really interesting, just off the high street if you get to go up there. So we went to visit that. That's how they look layered. Ricky said, I stayed at the Grand Hotel in 2000. Oh yeah, it keeps coming up for us, you know, a couple of our friends, because it's dog friendly. So a couple of people have said that we should go and stay there. So that might be on our list. Linda says the trek back is a slog of a walk. It is, isn't it? When you've had your day and everything. And we had food at the bottom as well. There's a little cafe on the front called the Princess Cafe, and they're very dog friendly. And some places tolerate dogs and some places welcome dogs, and they welcome them. The dogs get served as soon as you go in. So we sit down, they bring them a bowl and they bring them some treats and they ask how they are, and then they bring you a menu, and I think it's just amazing. Their food's nice in there as well. £45 then, the big one, again including the chain. So that's how they look layered, and then you could mix them up either with the studs if you wanted to. Linda says, love the look of layered shells. Thank you, Linda. They're really pretty, these ones, aren't they? Really nice and bright, which I just love. And then we've got the bangle as well. Scallop bangle. Isn't this gorgeous? So tactile. And the texture on the bangle as well, which I just love. I think that finishes it off perfectly. So that one is a really nice one to wear. Let me put her on so the scallop sits properly and show you. So she's going to sit like that on my hand. She moves around, which I love. So she's going to play around a little bit. You could stack her with your other bracelets if you wanted to, but she looks equally beautiful worn on her own, I think. Just like that, just really nice and simple. You could stack her with your Shiva's Eye shell bracelet as well if you wanted to. Let's have a look at how that one would sit. And that's, on there. There. So they would sit really, really nicely together. Tara says, I've been to the Grand twice this year with my dogs, found it really good. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. We've had really good reports from there. So it's definitely one that's on our list. You'll have to let me know. Boring if you're not considering going, so I do apologise. But did you drive or did you go on the train? Because that was what I wanted to know, what the parking situation is like. So Wendy says, love Scarborough. Oh, me too. Gorgeous, isn't it? I have a friend who lives there, but I still haven't seen Anne Bronte's grave, the only one not to be buried in Haworth. Yes, that's it. Yeah, I always feel, I do feel for Anne. As the youngest, and one of three sisters myself, of course, as well. So yeah, we just go up and see Anne, and it's really lovely. If you do visit, if you drive, it's a nice place to park, and if you don't, it's still a nice place to go. The church is lovely, and they are so friendly. It's a really lovely, friendly church, really nice and peaceful as well up there. Lynn says, love the bangle, not having much luck with bangles at the moment, broken two of mine. Oh no. Oh, bring them in. If they're ours, bring them in. We'll have a look, see if we can do anything for you. There, this one's got that nice dingly dangly on. Just love that. £115, 115, that one. And do we think I need to add that to my collection? What do we think? Maybe. I think we're getting a little bit, I think, if I wore that one, I'd probably take off Old Faithful. Probably take off my Blue John. And have that nice silver stack. Let me know. Let me know, then I can blame you, and Mr. Sparkles will say, oh, it's just the Sparklies, it's not you. I'll say, no, they talked me into it. Let me show you, and if he believes that, the whale tail huggies, because these are just gorgeous. A nice huggy hoop. And the nice thing about these, every piece in this collection, you can share it up with people. You can. I mean, if you'd like to, with pieces that you've already got. Laura says, cute, do it, says Laura, my fault. There you go. You said so, I will. I'll add that in. Ricky says, absolutely no question. There you go. I knew I could rely on you. So they're the whale tail huggies. They are £56, those ones. And I have the whale tail pendant. Mr. Sparkles is listening in the background now. It's not me, it's Laura and Ricky. They've both said that I need the shell bangle in my collection. So he's smiling. Wendy says, looks fab, thanks you. Thank you, Wendy. Angela says, who doesn't love a dingly dangly? Quite right. I mean, you know, we were just talking about that earlier, weren't we? What a coincidence. What a coincidence. That's the whale's tail. And it's got the love heart in the top, which I just love. It's so sweet. Whale tail pendant. I'm just checking, £45 that one. And then let me show you, because on the way back from Scarborough, we went to Flamborough, which is one of my favourite places, Flamborough Head, so the lighthouse at Flamborough Head. And we went to see the seals and to see if we could spot any puffins. And so I thought we needed to add some puffins to our collection. Now we have got the silver puffins with the rose gold beak and the rose gold feet. This time we've added a little bit of black enamel just to bring out the detail to those. Wendy says, looks fab, thank you. Gorgeous. Angela says, oh yes, the lemons. The lemons. If you see a lemon collection, it will be Angela's collection. I'll let her explain that in Sparkle Pics, or maybe not. Laura says, puffin, aren't they gorgeous? Fabulous, little dangly drops on there, so they sit really nicely in your ear, these ones. Nice bit of movement to them when you move. £65 the drops, and then I've got those as studs as well. Let me just pop them on, oops, while I'm talking to you. Where are we? Here we go. There's the studs, little minis. Linda says, puffins, gorgeous. Thank you, Linda. Let's just get those in focus for you. So the studs, £55. Yeah, the studs. Just love those. Somebody just walking past. How many dogs of yours are barking at home now? Dawn says, love the puffins. Thanks, Dawn. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Ricky says, penguins would be good. Penguins, yes. We have had penguins before, haven't we? Mr. Sparkles concurs. Yeah, we haven't at the moment, but I shall keep a lookout for puffins. Puffins by request. I don't know what penguins. Sorry, thank you, Mr. Sparkles. I was looking for the chains then. I can't find them because I'm wearing them. I've still got them on. So I'm going to show you the puffin pendant. Here he is. He's gorgeous, and he's on a super popular dotty chain as well. He's also £55. Laura says, Roxy didn't even flinch. Roxy's just used to the Cairns now. She says, just get on with what you're doing. And because we've got the pubbery open now, the Royal, I nearly called it the Roxy Oak then. Laura, I nearly renamed our pub after your dog. the Royal Oak, the Roxy Oak. We have more people coming past in the evenings, and the Cairns are, you know, very protective. Becky says, Benson and Leo didn't actually bark. Then there you go. Archie's still fast asleep. We're fine. We're all right. It's just too hot, isn't it? It must be. Nobody cares, Kens. They all think you're overreacting. Pair of drama kings. Fiona says, peacocks, please. Oh, Fiona, I love peacocks. Absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Yeah, we haven't got any peacocks at the moment. I shall keep a lookout for you. Peacocks and penguins. That sounds like a fun day at the zoo, doesn't it? Angela says, Wilma and Betty looked up. See, Wilma and Betty are on it. The cats are on it. And Laura says a fairy collection as well. Yeah, oh yeah, magical fairy collection. I shall keep a lookout. Summer's often the time that we go and see designers. We'll probably be out with designers in the next couple of weeks again. So it's a good time to let me know what collections you'd like to see. Sometimes we can find them, sometimes not so much, but there you go. So we've got the gorgeous beach hut pendant. This one is enamel. If I had a magic wand, this is the piece of jewellery that I'd like to make bigger so I could live in it. It's got the rose gold bucket and spade by the door, the really cheerful yellow, the blue. I know a couple of you have this in your collection and you wear it when you go to the seaside, and I just love that. Ricky says witches too. We've got some, have we got witches hats at the moment? Yeah. Mr. Sparkle says, yeah, we have got witches hats. So remind me when you come in, or send me a message and I'll send you, because we have witches hats, because Mr. Sparkles calls them the mother-in-law collection. Getting to get him in trouble with his mother-in-law now. He's run off. He's legged it. Dear me. There. Oh, you can't really see that. So again, you could wear the beach hut there with the little seashell if you wanted to, or with the bigger seashell. and they'd make just a fabulous, fabulous layer. I love them. They'd be really nice and cheerful, really very summery, very beachy. And the nice thing about this collection, I find, is when we're sort of in the depths of winter and it's all a bit kind of grey. Oh, mother-in-law's listening, Mr. Sparkles, about your witch collection. I'm sure he's writing a note to the Dahlia Nursery as we speak. I need to get out of trouble. Which dahlias do you have? And when it's really dark and cold, then we want something a bit of summer, don't we? We want a little touch of the seaside, and this is a really nice way to do that. So the beach hut pendant, £50, and again including the chain. Wendy says, I wear mine too when I go past our beach huts. Oh, that's lovely. Not mine, personally, they cost thousands, yeah. They do. I was looking at somewhere, oh, I can't think where it was, and I thought, and it came up as a house by the sea, and oh wow, that's amazing. So I had a look, and it was thousands, and it was a beach hut, and it had no toilet and no nothing, and it was sad. I thought, oh my goodness. And I suppose I kind of understand it if you're going to be at the beach all the time and it's kind of sketching if you're an artist, or if you've got the kids with you, then you can get them nice and dry and that kind of thing. But oh, honestly, Elven Crown, says Laura. Oh, do you know, I'm going to sound very spoilt when I say this, but I'll have to show you one time an Elven Crown that I had made for me. I think you probably really love it. Where I've just seen a comment come up, but I missed it. Oh, there you go. Ricky says, I'm up soon. Tell him rat poison. I might tell him, but yeah. No, I think he can get away with a lot. He's sunshine boy, very much so, with his mother-in-law. But I'm going to tell him that she's seen the comment. Laura says, no, I need to see. Yeah, I will dig it out. I'll dig out my Elven Crown and I'll show you. It's very lovely. Very, very beautiful. I will say I'm not completely spoiled. I don't have every piece of jewellery in the world. It's just sometimes when somebody mentions something obscure, I say, oh, I've got that. I don't have this piece of jewellery in my collection, but I want to show you anyway. This is one of our new diamond rings. I think she would make a superb engagement ring or a nice dress ring as well. She's a round, brilliant cut, lab-grown diamond. And the special thing about this diamond is that she is an internally flawless diamond. So on the Clarity of Diamond scales, we've got flawless and then internally flawless. And she is internally flawless, so she's really nice and clear. She's a D colour, so the best colour diamond you can get, and she's on platinum. She's absolutely superb. So I'm just going to try her on and show you. Oops. She's at a great price as well. Again, she's a lab-grown diamond, so she's £1,850. Now, if she was natural with this colour and clarity, we could add a couple of zeros on that easily. Look how much she sparkles. She's absolutely gorgeous. Laura says, beautiful, thank you. She's going to be my ring of the week this week, and I just absolutely adore her. She's a size N, and obviously we can create her in different sizes for you, but oh, she's just wonderful. She's in our beautiful tulip setting. So if you can just see at the side, really nice and simple setting, 4 claws and letting the diamond do her thing. I just absolutely adore her. Beautiful. Ricky says, that's lovely. Thanks, Ricky. Absolutely gorgeous. Just superb. I love, love, love that ring. Beautiful. And that is my show tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I love our Friday nights together. We're going to be here on Saturday, tomorrow, from 10 until 5, and then our usual opening hours next week of Monday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Everything that you've seen tonight is going to be here in the shop for you to come and have a look at. Our website at the moment is having a little bit of maintenance done, so you won't be able to find online. You'll just click on and it'll say, we're having maintenance done. So we're having a nice tidy up of our website, ready to put all of these new pieces on. So that will be ready for you soon. But as always, anything that you've seen tonight, you can buy from a distance. You can just send me a message. And I can send you an invoice and we can get things posted out to you and all that kind of thing. So don't worry about that at all. Fiona says, thank you. Oh, you're most welcome. Thank you for joining me. Laura says, when you make jewellery, you need to make an elven collection. Definitely. I think we do, don't we? You can imagine like a big fire that we're smoting the metal around and everything like that. I don't know if we'd be able to make it as strong as steel and as light as a feather, as in Tolkien, but we can try. We can give it a go, can't we? Linda says, love the Friday night shows. Thank you, Linda. Me too. It's amazing all to be together, isn't it? Wendy says, gorgeous ring. Thank you, Wendy. Catherine says, thank you, Laura Jo. Thank you for joining me. Laura says, have the best weekend. Thank you. Have the best weekend too. Enjoy yourself. I'm sending lots of love from Adorn to your home. Dawn says, love the show yet again. Some beautiful summer pieces. Thank you, Dawn. Remember, until next we meet, say it with me. Eat, sleep, sparkle, repeat. And I'll see you soon. Bye. See you soon.